Welcome back to Crypto's Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So, what a start to the week, even though yesterday was the first day. Today, people are back, I think. And it's looking very, very good. Bitcoin is above 45, close at 46,000. And will we hit 50,000 today? Well, let's talk about it. And let's talk about 3 specific projects that are being built on top of Bitcoin. That's right. Crypto projects on top of Bitcoin that are exploding. And I believe they're going to have fantastic 2024. So let's do this. Welcome, 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 guys. The market bell has rung. And look at Bitcoin about to surpass 46,000 soon. 45,700. Looking really, really good. A lot of you guys tuned in last night when I had streamed from my basketball court. It was pretty amazing. I hit shots like crazy last night. You know, Warriors maybe looking to replace Thompson with my shooting capabilities. But anyways, yeah, we had a good time, and Bitcoin is even higher today. And it looks like it does not want to stop. It wants to keep on going. And not only that, the entire crypto market is exploding right now. Everything's exploding. Okay, so unless you're a bear, unless you're short, you're feeling excitement. You're feeling good right now. Today could be the first day in Bitcoin's history where we get spot Bitcoin approvals. Today could be it. Today could be when the SEC says all 13 applicants are approved. Grayscale amended their application. Grayscale is a little bit different because they're trying to convert their trust. So they may be a little bit different, but everyone else already amended their applications on Friday of last year. So today could be the day. And if so, we're going to see like 50K in no time. No time at all, especially from our level now. We may even see 60K after we get approval. Think about that. And you know what? For the people that think that Bitcoin's spot ETF approvals already have been baked into the price, think again. Even Van Eyck is saying there's no way people truly comprehend or grasp how much money is coming in. And here's a good quote. People tend to hype the current thing, but remain myopic about the bigger picture. Bitcoin is forcing its own capital market systems and products well behind the ETF, and that's not priced in. The question is not what BlackRock adopts, what Bitcoin company is the next BlackRock. That's important, right? Even though BlackRock is the big daddy of asset managers, but there's a lot of DeFi happening on Bitcoin. And what project or company is next, right? What Web3 company or what DeFi company becomes the next BlackRock? And in case you're doubting spot ETFs and how it may kick things off, again, that chart shows what happened to gold after a gold ETF came out. Spot gold ETF. You could see that's when gold started exploding, right? So that is coming up. That right there. We're not even at that line where it crosses, right? But we're right there. And we're right at 48,000. This is the next stopping point for Bitcoin that a lot of people think that we will jump to. This next leg up will jump to 48,000. If we get a spot Bitcoin ETF approval, guys, we're going to hit this and break through. We're going to shatter this like it's nothing. If we don't get approval today, that's fine. Bitcoin will probably still trend higher toward 48 by the end of this week. But man, if we get it, we're going to shatter through that, and it's going to be good. Just like this, if you love charts, you'll love this. If you compare where we are right now in 2024, you compare it to 2016, we're basically mimicking it almost exactly. Okay, and that means That means get ready, strap on, because we're going to go for a long, long ride up to the moon. That's reality. In 2024, 2025, we'll see some volatility. We'll definitely see some volatility. But we're also going to see explosions everywhere. And it may take Bitcoin all the way up to over 200, according to this, $280,000. $280,000. And as for the fundamentals, you guys know this. Number of holders keep on going up. The address is at all-time high. These things don't stop. And the whales continue to buy. Here's a 50,000 transfer to Kraken, and here's another 50,000 to Bitfinex. Maybe the same person, maybe different whales. Okay, I'm sorry, not 50,000, 50 million. 50 million, so that's 100 million right there going to the exchanges, right? And what do you think they're doing with that tether? Maybe they throw a 20x leverage, I don't know. 200x leverage, or they just plan on buying some good old Bitcoin, right? The whales are doing it, retail are doing it, everyone is doing it. They're buying. FOMO is real. Okay, so today we're off to a good start. Let's see where it ends, because it could be way, way better after some approvals come in, right? All right, so that's Bitcoin. But let's talk about some projects that also are built on top of Bitcoin. This is what Michael Saylor said at one point in time, okay? Unprecedented demand is going to do 10x Bitcoin. Well, Michael Saylor is one of the biggest Bitcoin bulls out there. We know that. But Michael Saylor also recognizes that there's a lot of dApps being programmed on top of Bitcoin, and he believes it's very early. He's actually a Bitcoin maxi that's not against all the things that are being developed on top of Bitcoin. There are some that hate it, that wants to get rid of everything. But Michael Saylor even recognizes that in the future, you could do everything on top of Bitcoin. You could have contracts, right? You could have deeds, legal contracts. I mean, you could have everything. You could have fractionalized ownership, right? Of course, DeFi. He recognizes that Bitcoin can be much bigger than what it is now. That's why it could do a 10x, it could do a 100x. According to Saylor, Bitcoin could go forever, right? And that's possible due to layer 2s and also because of an upgrade. But let's talk about it. Stacks is the biggest L2 on Bitcoin. It's doing pretty. For last week, it's kind of stagnant, up about 6%. But for last month, up about 110%. And last year, up 650%. Okay? Stacks is a L2 for Bitcoin. You guys have heard me say L2 for a long time. Most L2s out there are layering solutions for Ethereum. Stacks is not. It's a programmable layer on top of Bitcoin, which means that you could use it and create all the dApps that you see on Ethereum and Solana and Cardano and Avalanche. They could be used, they can be built on top of Bitcoin itself utilizing stacks. So that's what's exciting about it. A lot of people don't realize that, but yeah, there's a lot of great things happening utilizing stacks right now. Even Tim Draper, another billionaire, thinks that stacks is amazing. Okay, all the DeFi that's being built right now on top of Bitcoin, all utilizing stacks. There are alternatives to stacks, like Rootstock is another one, but they're just not very popular. Stacks is the one, the de facto layer 2 that people go to when they want to program. And here's the interesting thing about stacks. It is mineable, okay? And you can stake. But here's the thing. When you stack, you actually get Bitcoin in return. That's the interesting thing. So there is a real tight relationship between stacks and Bitcoin. And the way they do consensus you know, it is also very interesting. I can't really even explain it. But if you want to earn some Bitcoin yield, you could just stack. You could stake stacks, right? Which is kind of interesting. Anyways, if you look through, their TVL is growing by leaps and bounds right now. Yes, it's very small compared to what you see on top of Ethereum or Solana or anyone else, right? Or Optimism, any of the L2s for Ethereum. But it's growing. It's growing. And I'm going to talk about one of the projects on top of Stacks, right? That is growing by leaps and bounds. But first, let's talk about another project that you may be familiar with. A lot of you guys love memes. And I bet a lot of you guys didn't know that memes exist on Bitcoin because of inscriptions. And the biggest one right now is called Ordi, okay? Ordinals. There are a lot of memes on top of Bitcoin. Yes, that's right. Even memes are being built and inscribed directly into Bitcoin's ledger. So Ordinals is the biggest one. And that's because Binance decided to take a risk and say, hey, let's list some BRC20 tokens, which is what Ordinals are. So after Binance listed, you got a whole bunch of exchanges listed. That's why Ordi exploded upwards. But here's the thing. As big as they are, there are still some that think that Ordi and others, other memes, I mean, we know how explosive memes can get, right? Just look at SHIB in 2021. It went up from nothing to like 50 billion in market cap. And we have seen Doge be even higher, right? That's why as big as Ordi is already, many feel like it could still explode 1,200% in 2024. That would be absolutely ludicrous. But you know what? The market is getting hot and it could get a lot hotter. When market gets hot, people do crazy things. People just buy and FOMO like there's no tomorrow, right? So just another project or example of what's on top of Bitcoin is memes like Ordi, which could still have a fantastic future. There's more than Ordi, right? Sats. There's another one that's just called Sats. That's one. There's Rats, and there's many others. I'm sure there's like Pepe. I'm almost positive there's Pepe too. And there's many others. But another one that you don't want to miss out on is Ordi and many others. Now, the last one I want to talk about, relatively unknown, came across my radar. And also, you could see it under Stacks. The biggest DeFi projects with the most TVL on top of Bitcoin right now is a project called Alex with close to 47 million TVL locked in. And they are up pretty good, 16% today. They are up, they're down for the week, and they're up about 200% for the month. So still relatively small. The other two I mentioned, Stacks, Ordi, they're already pretty big, right? But this project, Alex, 200 million, relatively small, very small, small cap, right? And they are the biggest DeFi projects right now on top of Bitcoin. And what's interesting is they pretty much do everything. They literally do everything that DeFi does on top of Bitcoin. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, so they're a launchpad, so they help other dApps come on board Bitcoin. Okay, they also allow you to deploy your own tokens. If you want to come out with your own meme token or a legit project and you wanted a legit token, they will help you do so. They are also a bridge, not only a Bitcoin bridge, because Stacks has their own synthetic Bitcoin. So you could do native Bitcoin and synthetic Bitcoin, SBTC, but they're also EVM bridge. So think about it. So they're a launchpad, they're a token launcher, they're a bridge. They're also AMM. They have an order book DEX. They also allow you to stake. Liquid staking, and pretty soon, they allow you to convert real-world assets into BRC tokens, and they are their own oracle too. So all the project gets launched could use them as an oracle. I mean, that's crazy if you think about it. They're literally trying to do everything under the sun within one project, right? So that's why they look like they have a lot of promise. They have 20,000 monthly active users already. So obviously growing by leaps and bounds right now. That's just within 2 months. Okay. And I mentioned all these things that they're working on: a Bitcoin bridge, a launch pad. They're going to try to get some sex listings, though they're already on a few exchanges like Gate, BitHub, Mexi, BitGet. I mean, they're on a few already. But they have their Oracle too. I mean, they're just all over the place, and they're going to help. Like I said, I mentioned they're going to help others launch. Here's one. There's going to be the first Ords games will be the first GameFi on top of Bitcoin. They're helping them launch that as well, right? So the third project is Alex. I think this project has a lot of potential. I don't know. Like right now, it does seem like Bitcoin's L2 or Bitcoin's DeFi, Bitcoin dApps are still relatively small, right? I still like to concentrate, and everyone else still likes to concentrate on what's on like Ethereum and Solana and Cardano and everything else, right? But Bitcoin's ecosystem is growing by leaps and bounds. And if you are a Bitcoin maxi, you definitely want to support these projects, right? And I do think they could definitely grow in time. And then lastly, well, that's all the ones I want to talk about for Bitcoin. All the crypto projects that are exploding and probably explode more. But I just want to mention, okay, outside of Bitcoin, let's talk a little bit about Solana, right? One of my favorites. It's doing very well. It's one of the only ones that's outperforming Bitcoin right now. That's not easy to do. But Solana keeps on breaking records. Look at this. DEX volume, it's exploding, right? But for the first time in history, Solana has surpassed stablecoin transfer volume. Okay, it is number one. It surpassed Ethereum. First time ever in history. And same thing. In terms of monthly NFT volume, it surpassed Ethereum for the first time in history. So my call that Solana will flip Ethereum and market cap in 2024, man, is looking good. I hate to say it, Solana is just, not that I hate to say it, but I do want to say it, but Solana is surpassing Ethereum in many ways already in terms of volume, in terms of stablecoin transfers. I mean, whatever measurable metric there is, Solana is looking very, very good. Very good indeed. All right, guys. Oh, and by the way, Jupiter Exchange. They're going to be dropping soon. They're going to be doing their airdrop soon too. All right. That is it today. Overall, a very, very good day to start the week. Let's see. Let's see where things go. All right. Let's do All right, let me see here. Let me see if I missed out on anything. Interesting question. Is BDC, Austin asked, is BDC still following the moon cycle? You know what? That's an interesting point. Let's see. Well, that was a full moon. I don't know when the next full moon is. But you could see the last full moon we had, boom. Full moon, boom. Full moon. I mean, recently, after every full moon, you have a big spike. I don't know when the next full moon is, but still looking good. All right, let's see here. Foz sent a big super chat. Appreciate that. Sold my Tesla this morning and put it all into MSTR. Let's see. Ooh, Coinbase is actually going down. I don't know what happened on Coinbase. Someone's selling Coinbase, but I mean, today should be good. Mara is up big. Riot is up big. Where's MSTR today? MSTR, look at this. MicroStrategy up 12%. 52-week high. That's pretty amazing. People are starting to realize that Sailor's oops, I didn't change my camera. Sailor's Bitcoin strategy is working. That's pretty amazing. Congrats. Congrats, Thomas Post. Nelly, new member, welcome. John Superfresh, I just talked about Ordi. It's looking good. As for Quant, not my thing. It's a B2B play. What, you know, I'm still surprised that so many people ask about Quant all the time. Like, they don't have any retail stuff. It's all B2B, business to business, which is fine. But I'm actually surprised that so many people are still asking about Quant. Pedro is asking about Jewel. Jewel, man, they were so hot before. I don't know why that just turned. Like a month ago, man, they hit 80 cents. But overall, you know, they got some momentum back in November, December. Let's see if they can come back. The way they're changing their game right now looks amazing. So I'm rooting for them. And it seems like Clayton, their bridge got hacked recently, but they were unaffected, DeFi Kingdoms, so that's good. I don't know why this just reset. Okay. Tyler, member for 2 months. I am George. We're all George. What about nulls? Ooh, I got off that bandwagon years ago. I don't know what happened. The main team just left. They decided to start something new, and that kind of like solidified it. Someone from Kimball sent me an email from Faro Exchange. Please check it out. They're not from the team, though. I'll respond, but it seems like Faro Exchange wants to buy him out or something. Have I staked my weight? No. I don't know the details about the weight, if there's an unlock period or anything like that. I generally don't stake. I generally just keep everything. Because I like to be liquid, even though I hold them for years, but I like to be liquid. Thoughts about LimeWire? No thoughts. Torrents? I don't know. They don't really need a token. I think they just jumped in the bandwagon because BitTorrent did, and it turned out to be a big mistake. So, yeah, I'm not a fan. Well, Bitcoin's taking a breather right now. That's fine. As long as, you know, I said this yesterday, if Bitcoin could hold, if it could hold here, it was 45.3. If it could hold here, that would be major, major. Just like Bonga Solana. What? Sealer can send on C? Is that supposed to be a new meme on C or something? Zio, I can't pronounce your name or that. I don't know what you just wrote. Is it supposed to be sealer or sailor? Have you noticed every time China, Europe pump the price, US always takes profits on what they can, never keep the rally going? Well, let's just keep in mind that we're at 45,000. And let's keep in mind that earlier yesterday, we were at 42,000. So I would say, yeah, we kept the rally going. So I would say, yeah, it's fine. Jesus is asking, any potential Wojak? Not a coin I follow. Not a meme I follow. Any thoughts about a Snakes game from Snack? I have not played it. I know Snack did really well yesterday, and I think possibly today too. Yeah, up 7%. So I have not played their game. I looked at it. Doesn't look like the greatest game ever, but, you know, they're trying. Beam or Gala? You know, at this point in time, I'm gonna go with Beam. I think Beam is making all the right moves. Gala, I feel like they're getting distracted. Too many distractions. I have no idea why they came out the music token. There's no need for that. I feel like they're getting distracted. But with that said, they're still doing very well. Not very, I guess. They're doing well, not very well. Last month about up 20%. Year to date about 78. That's actually pretty poor. 1 year performance. That's actually really poor. If you look at Beam's 1 year, 261%, yeah. Comments on ICP, Injective, or Arbitrum. Out of the three, my favorite is Injective. I don't have any thoughts on Tectum other than their marketing sucks. They need to change all that marketing stuff on their webpage. Like a lot of marketing jargon to make you feel like it's the best chain on earth. They need to like dumb that kind of message down. Retro Bill. Is your court part of the house or outbuilding? No, it's part of my house. It's in my basement. It's a sub-basement. If I built another facility, first of all, where I live, it's very strict. You can't just build whatever building. And second of all, it was more cost effective to build it part of the basement than try to do like an extension or something. H-bar is doing quite well. Let's see. 55% of last month. They're doing well. I mean, H-bar, like all the other L1s, they're just going to trend upwards, whether or not they have a lot of going on. The only project that I really follow and like is Karate Combat, and they're on Hedera. But outside of them, I don't know anyone else that's on Hedera right now. Their TVL is also like non-existent. But they have fixed a lot of their problems. They have a smart contract. They're open source now. They still have a large console, but they don't have a lot going on. That's the thing. If you want to measure if there's like things happening within chains, you go to DeFi Llama and then you like look at a TVL. I mean, where's Hedera? They're like not even in here, or did I pass it up? Oh, right here. They're at number 36 with 78 million locked in. That's like, you know, really, really, really small. Really small. So they don't have a lot of dApps or DeFi, let's say. But they're trending upwards. Is there a day when the Avalanche Foundation released the list of sponsored meme projects? No. If there was, I already would have mentioned it. And I don't think they'll ever announce that. They're just saying it. I don't think they'll ever go say, oh, we officially bought Cock or Kimball. I don't think they'll ever say it. Isn't Hyundai or Kia planning on doing H-bar? But that, you know, we've seen that. Mercedes, BMW, they use some of these ledgers. It's not a price mover. It doesn't really do much, and no one really cares. You need some DeFi projects. You need some staking. You need some bridging. You need some swaps. You need some NFTs. You know, you need some stuff that retail people want to use. That's what I've been saying about VeChain. You know, VeChain is doing very well. They need to get in that retail space. Get some games going, right? Like, get some stuff that retail investors want to utilize. Saucer Swap 2, launch a Hedera. That will boost their DeFi significantly. Well, let's see. Let's see. Is their TVL right now is dirt low. If you had 150 to spend on, what would you put it into at this point in time? I mean, I just throw it into, I don't know, 150 bucks. Probably Solana. Thoughts on Snake's game PTE on Sol, not Stack? Well, then probably it's no. Which one? This? The one that's down 90%? Yeah. Why would you ask me about a game that's down 90%? Probably because something happened. Hedera has a lot going on. Do some research. Well, tell me. Rather than say that, list it out. Tell me about what's going on in Hedera. Yeah, MicroStrategy. I think people are selling off Coinbase today to buy MicroStrategy, which is kind of weird. Mike, I hope you're being facetious and not like being serious, Mike Shields. Digibong. Rose looks good. They've always been on my like back burner. Like people ask me about Oasis all the time. I don't see anything that really stands out for Rose, but I recognize they're doing very well. They're close to $1 billion. Let's see. They're up about 65% for the month. So, not bad. Not bad. But again, kind of like some of the others, I feel like they're just trending up and there's not a lot of going on. That's the thing. It's like, I think a lot of these are just trending up because L1s, L2s aren't getting hot and people just don't know what to put their money into, so they speculate on the smaller ones. But Oasis seems to be okay. They've been around for a while. Air to the Ron. Say, is it C or say? It is say because I actually looked that up. I see people say both ways. I guess I'll just say. It's easier to say than see. CBK, Happy New Year. Stacks is still up, going down a little bit since June, but still up about 9%. That's not June. From this morning. Stacks still up about 9%. Ordi taking a big breather, but still up 8%. And Alex is taking a breather, up 15%. These three look good. Stacks, Ordi already solidified themselves, but I think Alex could be a good play. Flux, I think Flux is promising. Should I sell Zilliqa for something else? I don't know. That's up to you. I don't know why Zilliqa died in 2017, in my opinion. They were gonna launch some like TV box, and everyone was so hyped up about it. I'm like, I don't get it. But outside of that, I don't know what else they try to do. I mean, they launched Unstoppable Domains, but Unstoppable Domains really, it's a separate project now. I don't know what else they did. Injective will replicate what sold it in 2021. Well, they kind of did that in 2023 already, which is amazing if you think about it. I mean, they went up like 3,000, 4,000%. No, Zilliqa is nowhere in line with VeChain, not even close. Jim Cramer turned bullish on Bitcoin. That's a problem. Jim Cramer, whether you love him or not, if you do the opposite normally of what he says about Bitcoin, you would be 100% spot on. But hopefully inverse Cramer is not right this time. Jim just tends to he's like a retail investor. He just flip-flops so much on Bitcoin because he doesn't truly believe in it. He pretends like he does, but he doesn't truly believe in it. If he does, he would not be flip-flopping so much, right? The other guy on Squawk Box, Joe Kernan, he believes. You could tell every interview he's pro Bitcoin. He's been converted. He understands. And he argues against the biggest Bitcoin naysayers, right? So like Joe gets it. Kramer just does not. Even though it seemed like Pompliano did convert him, but he just flip-flops all the time on Bitcoin. Rashid, appreciate that. And then you asked another question. Before a pullback in price, is it better to take out profit and put it back in the dip or transfer stablecoin? Thinking about selling versus transfer fees and taxes. It sounds like you're trying to time the market, and it's never as easy as it sounds. It's never as easy as it sounds. There will be times where you think, yeah, I'm so smart. I can time it. I'm going to take some profits before it comes back down, or I'm going to buy when it's low. It never works out that way. So my advice is to just DCA and HODL and take the pressure out of it too. When you try to day trade, you have to watch the market 24/7 all the time. Howdy, yes to crypto. Do you think we see the next bull run in 2024? Yeah, Cole. I think 2024 is going to be amazing. May not be as amazing as 2025, but 2024 will be amazing for sure. Quinn Developments. Hi, George. Thanks for keeping me bullish the last few years. You're welcome. I'm glad you stuck around. I mean, it's really you guys. I can't force you guys to do anything. I can't force you guys to hodl in DCA. But those that have, you pat yourself on the back because you survived the longest drawdown in Bitcoin's history. And after that, you can really survive anything. Whatever we face in this year, 2024 and 2025, will be nothing compared to what you faced in 2022 and 2023. That's the honest truth. And now you get to reap the rewards because as things come up, it's going to come up really quickly. Really, really quickly. Have you heard of mint layer on Bitcoin? No, I have not. Sounds like it allows you to mint new tokens. Really small, 35 million. Let's take a look. Future-proof blockchain that improves direct token interoperability, enable ways to trade value, create system functionality. Okay, it's yeah, so it's a tokenization ecosystem. So it allows you to tokenize real-world assets. That's what it is. And they have their own wallet. Well, I can't say it's bad, but they're basically doing what Alex is doing. But I don't think Alex has their own wallet. They do. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. Another one to keep your eyes on. All right, guys, let's conclude. Overall, Bitcoin is on fire the first 2 days of this year. This is just a glimpse into what's coming this year, okay? We may get the very first spot ETF approval today, as soon as today, and who knows where Bitcoin is going to be afterwards, right? So stay strong, my friends. Today I covered 3 projects that's built on top of Bitcoin. But there's a lot more projects in this space, so make sure you hit that subscribe channel so you don't miss out on any of my streams or videos. And I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one. Take care.